Hello, how are you doing today? I'm fine and upbeat, and hence it's a good day to talk about one of the most important sales metrics, conversion percentage. We all know how to measure conversion percentage. In this video, I'll tell you how to improve conversion percentage. And to improve your conversion percentage, your sales conversion, you need to look at it a little differently. Not just start and the end, but you'll have to look at conversion stage wise. The traditional measure of sales conversion percentage is the number of leads received and the number of leads closed. For example, if you've received 100 leads and you've closed 10, your sales conversion is 10%. However, if you close only 5, your sales conversion is 5%. So first thing, you need to be aware of what is your sales conversion percentage each week, each month, and you need to be clearly monitoring the trend as well. Is it a declining trend? It's a flat, or is it an improving trend? But yeah, on this video, I'll tell you how to look at stage-wise conversion and how to identify improvement opportunities for making the most of your marketing and sales spends. So yes, keep watching. So let's get started. As I said in this video, I'll give you tips on how to measure conversion and how to improve your sales conversion. So first, let's look at the life cycle of a lead. The life cycle of a lead starts from the contact stage where you receive a new lead, a new customer contact. It could be an inbound lead, social, paid advertising, website lead, referrals, exhibition, or it could be an outbound business lead where you reach out to a prospective customer via a cold call or an email. Then you move to the qualifying stage where you qualify the new lead. You call and meet the customer, you understand the scope and decide whether it fits within your service portfolio or not. And once you've qualified a lead, if the lead is something that you should work upon, if it qualifies and meets the criteria, then you move on to the proposal stage where you create a proposal, you understand how much should you quote for, you define the entire scope of work, and you submit a proposal, and there may or may not be a negotiation stage. And then we have the final outcome where you either win the deal or you lose the deal. And during any of these stages, the lead may turn cold where the prospect or the contact stops responding. So this is a very broad view of the life cycle of a lead, moving from a contact being created, the qualification phase, proposal and negotiation, and then finally you either win or you lose. So if this is the lead cycle, how is sales conversion measured? So sales conversion is measured simply as number of leads won divided by the number of new leads that you start working on. So let's look at an example. Suppose if you receive 1,000 new leads and you close 50 successfully, then your sales conversion is the number of deals won, that is 50, divided by the number of new leads, that is 1,000. So your conversion is 5%. If you would have closed 75, your conversion would have been 7.5%. If you would have closed 100, then your conversion would have been 10%. So now it brings us to the question is, how do we improve sales conversion? Now, what most businesses do is when they look at and when they decide, okay, that we need to improve our conversion. So in this example, let's say you want to improve your conversion from 5% to 7.5%. So you look at the entire process as a whole, but that makes it a little difficult. What you should ideally do is you should look at stage-wise lead movement. So if we say that there are 4 stages, new lead, qualification, proposal, and closure, understand the conversion at each stage, understand the dropout of leads at each stage, because each stage would have its own improvement opportunities for you, which is simpler and easier compared to looking at the entire process as a whole. So as I say, consider stage-wise lead movement. So in the example earlier, you received 1,000 new leads and eventually you closed 50. So how to make 50, 75 or 100? Now, when you look at it as a whole, it becomes a little cloudy, a little difficult. Let's break it up. So let's say in the example, In the first stage, moving from contact to qualification, you find 400 leads are not good fit for your business, so they get dropped. So either you make the call or the client does not move to the next stage. So 600, 60% move to the qualification phase. So from there, another 400 drop off and 200 move to the proposal stage. So from 1,000 new contacts, you submit proposal for only 20% leads, that is 200. And eventually 150 proposals you either lose, the client stops responding, what you close eventually is 50. So now you look at your stage-wise conversion. Your overall conversion, as we discussed in the example calculation, was 5%. But what is your stage-wise conversion? The conversion in the first stage, moving from contact to qualified, was 60%. From qualified to proposal was 33%. From proposal to closure was 25%. Now, if you say that, okay, let's improve our conversion 10%, you're talking about moving from 5% to 5.5%. Or instead of closing 50, you're talking about closing 55 deals. But what happens if you improve your stage-wise conversion by 10%? So instead of improving 5% final conversion by 10%, what happens if you improve the conversion at each stage by 10%? So let's look at the same example. So here, if you remember earlier, when you had a conversion of 60% for the first stage, 600 deals move from contact to qualified. But if you improve that 60% by 10%, it becomes 66%. Hence, you now have 660 deals moving to the qualification phase. Then again, if you have a 10% improvement in the second stage while moving from qualification to proposal, instead of 200 proposals, you are now submitting 244 proposals. And if you improve your final third stage conversion from 25% to 28%, now you are submitting and you're winning 68 deals. So not 50, not 55, but you win 68 deals. So your conversion now becomes 7%. So you close 18 more deals and your final conversion is 37% higher. So if you targeted a 10% improvement only on the end-to-end conversion, you would have closed 5 more deals. But if you break down the entire process into 4 stages and you see that, okay, we are going to work on each stage as a sub-process, and we will improve the efficiency and the conversion of each stage by 10% each. Your final improvement is a whopping 37%, and you close 18 more deals. So it's important that you look at your entire lead cycle as independent, separate sub-processes. Focusing only on the last stage makes it difficult to identify improvement opportunities. Hence, treat each stage of the sales funnel as a sub-process and identify opportunities to improve conversion at each stage. That not only makes it easier as it boils down to the root causes, but the compounding effect is much higher. So you understand the maths, but let's talk about how do you improve conversion at each stages. That's the important part that we will discuss in this video. So let's talk about how. We've discussed what, let's discuss how. So how do you improve the conversion from new lead to qualification? Why are leads dropping off in the first very stage? So some causes to look at could be the targeting. So are you targeting the right customers when it comes to your digital ads? For example, if you source new leads by placing ads on, say, search engines, PPC advertising, or you do social ads, or Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, Instagram, or YouTube, or even if you do cold calling or email campaigns. So are you targeting the right customers? So go back and look at your customer personas, the demography of customers, for example, age-wise demography, location-wise demography. So what customer segment is giving you most conversions? So are you focusing on the right customer segment? Go ahead and check that. Then marketing channels. So you may have multiple marketing channels. For example, you may be getting new leads via referral, via cold calling, via visits to your prospective clients, exhibitions, search engine advertising, social, organic leads via your blog posts. What marketing channel is converting most? And where are you spending? So are these correlated? So are you spending on channels that are not giving you qualified leads? Instead, you should be spending more time, resources, budget on channels that are converting more. So go ahead and look at that report as well. Then look at the lead response time. Are you being prompt with your response to new leads? Ideally, your response time to every new lead should be the first response, at least, should be at least within the first 5 minutes. Don't delay it. That's the golden period. The moment a customer inquires about a service or a product, he or she is expecting a response. Don't delay it. The more you delay, it becomes less likely that the customer would be available to answer your phone call. So are you losing out opportunities because you are late in responding to leads? Go ahead and monitor that. What's your lead response time? If it is 24 hours, for example, on an average, how could you first bring it down to 12 hours, then 6 hours, then 2 hours? And then how can you set up processes and mechanisms to ensure that you reach out to more and more deals within those first couple of minutes or 5 minutes at least? Then you could look at your team, resources, the scripts or templates that they use for cold calling and emails, FAQs, how do they answer questions from customers? So how could you improve these? And then look at the content as well, the ad copy, the call to action, or your landing page, your email copy. What tweaks and improvements can you make to each of these to ensure that more and more prospects move from the contact stage to the qualified stage? So for the first stage, these are five elements, and there could be more, but at least these five are what you should look at, you should report, you should monitor, and then target gradual improvement in number or percentage of leads moving from the first stage, which is contact, to the second stage, which is qualified. Now, how do we make improvements for the second stage? So how do we move more leads from the qualified stage to the proposal stage? So again, a few factors to look at. First, follow-ups. Check if your team or you yourself are adhering to the follow-up schedule. So are you missing follow-ups? Now, there's a good statistics that in B2B sales, it requires on an average of 5 follow-ups to close deals. So are you making all those follow-ups? Are you promising and not calling the customer? Or are you not promising at all? So go and look up your schedule and your adherence and try and improve upon that. Maybe improve your follow-up frequency. So look at the schedule. So do you want to improve the schedule or do you want to improve the adherence or maybe both? Then look at the messaging. The information that you give to the customers at this stage, is that meeting the expectations set in the ad copy? So when the customer fills up an inquiry form or when he or she comes to you, they come with an expectation that has been built basis the information in your online ad or on a landing page or on a brochure or maybe a referral given to the customer. So the information that you now give to the customer in the second stage, is that meeting the expectations that was earlier set in the ad copy? So how can you improve that? Then, do you maintain a list of customer objections? What are the most common objections and how can you reduce them? How can you better handle these objections? And then test different combinations. So are you only doing telephone conferences? Try and do video meetings, in-person meetings if you can. Do you have relevant case studies for every customer use case? Can those case studies and references build more confidence so that you can move more leads from the qualified stage to the proposal stage? So again, in this particular second stage, these are four which I could recommend. There could be more again that you could work upon, look at the reports, monitor these to improve your conversion, to move more deals once they have qualified from qualified to the proposal stage. Now, how do we improve conversion from proposal to closure? So again, a few suggestions. First, are you asking for feedback from all lost deals? A lot of businesses don't do this, but this is very important. This is the actual voice of customer. It's okay if a customer does not choose to buy from you or work with your business, but call the customer, thank them for the inquiry, thank them for giving your business an opportunity to submit a proposal and present your case, and then ask for a feedback. Why did they choose to go with some other business? What was the reason? Was it pricing? Or was it the scope of work, the deliverables? What is it that the other business was doing or promised to doing better compared to your business? Then review the reasons for all your lost deals. Brainstorm with your team to find solutions for the most common causes. For example, are you losing most deals because of your pricing? Go ahead and check that. Are you pricing it right? Do you have a mechanism to code the pricing? Similarly, review other top reasons. Then competition. Are you losing deals to a select few competitors? If that's the case, check why. Check what are they doing better. Then A/B test. Try different formats for your proposals. Uh, so how you are drafting your proposals, the sequence of different points and sections in your proposal. Or are you sending proposals in an email, expecting the customer and multiple decision makers to just browse through your proposal? Don't do that. It's better that you present your proposal document or presentation in a meeting. It could be a personal meeting, it could be a video meeting, but ensure that all decision makers come together with you in a meeting, online or offline, and you walk them through the proposal. What that helps is if they have any questions about anything, you're able to answer that rather than having them browse through your proposal in their own sweet time when you or your team is not present to answer their objections. And then, does the proposal justify the price? So you quoted a price, but are your deliverables enough for you to quote a particular price? So answer these questions again to improve your conversion for the proposal stage. So you need to look at each of the stages separately as a sub process. Don't try to improve the overall conversion because that makes the job a whole big different exercise, because at times you have different teams, different individuals working on different stages. For getting new leads, you may have a marketing team. For qualification, you may have a cold calling team, or an inside sales rep. For the proposal stage, you may have a senior executive, a sales manager, or you yourself may be going ahead and meeting your clients with the proposal. So there are different people working at different stages. So it makes sense to break down the entire lead cycle in different stages and understand the conversion at each stage and the reasons for low conversion, and then identify what should you do to improve the conversion at each stage. As discussed in the example earlier, a 10% improvement in these three stages would give you a 37% overall improvement. That's the power of compounding, and that's how you should go about it. So thank you for watching the video. Any questions, do write in the comment section. Well, that was my video on sales conversion, looking at sales conversion stage-wise and identifying improvement opportunities to slowly and gradually improve sales conversion to maximize your return on investment and return on ad spends. Hope you find the information useful. If you have any feedback, any questions, or you want to share any tips, please write in the comment section below. If you want me to make more videos on any particular topic related to sales or business management or any other business category, again, please write in the comment section. This was one of the videos in the sales series on my channel. For other videos, I will leave links in the video description, so do check them out as well. And if you've not, do subscribe to my channel to support me. Until then, take care, be safe.